this lesson, we will be solving one-step equations. So let's look at this equation. X plus 3 equals 9. So we are trying to look for a number x, trying to think of a number x, that when we add 3 to it, it's going to be 9. So think of that number in your head. What number plus 3 is going to equal 9? So that number is going to be the number 6. So we say that our solution to this equation is x equals 6 because 6 plus 3 equals 9. It makes this equation true. So now let's look at this equation. We're trying to think of a number x. When we subtract 23.4, it equals negative 93.2. And so you should notice that it's a lot more difficult to just think of the correct solution for this one because we have decimals, we have a negative, and we want to be more precise. And so since it's much more difficult to just guess or think of the number in this case, we have to solve this equation using opposite or inverse operations, and that's what we will be doing in the following problems. So let's look at the equation x plus 12.4 equals 32.7. So we're trying to think of a number x that when we add 12.4 to it, it's going to equal 32.7. And so instead of just guessing, we have to do this certain process, and this involves the opposite of addition. The opposite of addition is subtraction, and so we are going to subtract this number, the 12.4, from both sides because the goal is to get this x by itself. And so when we subtract 12.4 from both sides of the equal sign, which we can divide with a line down the middle like this, we subtract 12.4 from this side. 12.4 minus 12.4 is 0. And 32.7 minus 12.4, put that in the calculator, and that's 20.3. And so we can rewrite the x plus 0 as just x, because anything plus 0 is the same thing, x equals 20.3. So this is how we find our answer. We do the opposite to both sides of the equation. So let's try it on this one. We have a number x plus 57.3 equals negative 22.8. And so in order to find that number x, we want to do the opposite of addition. We want to subtract the number that's close to x. We want to subtract 57.3 from both sides of this equal sign. So we can draw a line down the middle of the equal sign. So we remember to subtract 57.3 from both sides of that. 57.3 minus 57.3 is 0, so we bring down the x plus 0, and then negative 22.8, subtract 57.3, put that in the calculator, and that gives us negative 80.1. X plus 0 is the same as just x, so our solution, the number we're looking for, is negative 80.1. And we can actually use a shortcut here, and let's say we're solving x plus 4 equals 12 and we subtract 4 to both sides. So instead of writing x plus 0 as our next step, we can just cross this out because we know that's going to disappear anyway. And instead of writing x plus 0, we just do 12 minus 4 in the calculator and get x equals 8. So we'll be using this shortcut for the next couple examples instead of putting the x plus 0. Two more examples. So we're trying to think of a number x when we subtract 5 equals 30. And so in order to show the work by solving, we want to do the opposite of subtracting 5 to both sides of this equation. Instead of subtract 5, we will be adding 5 right here, and we add 5 to this side as well. We'll cross this out for the shortcut. We bring down the x equals 30 plus 5 is 35. Same thing if you had changed the subtract 5 to adding a negative. Same process. Add 5 to both sides. X equals 35. Go ahead and try it here. Now, you should add 42.3 to both sides. This cancels out, giving us x equals 92.3. Thank you for listening.